The Fairy Tale and Fantasy Railway Traction Company Limited was very busy. Missy Yellow decided to take a lot of her engines and rolling stock on tour around the world and to get them to help out on other railways and heritage societies. This caused a lot of problems as coaches, brake vans, and trucks were all very short, and not to mention the shortage of engines caused stress among others. Sometimes engines came to get their coaches, but there was none, and that often caused squabbles among the engines. Brake vans and cabooses also had to start being rationed as to be used as coaches, because there was shortage, they didn't have enough to go around, which definitely caused problems. Before she left with the rest of her engines, she ordered a group of new engines. Some from different countries, others were from places that she had gotten other engines that she owned. Some she saved from bad railways that didn't take care of their engines properly, and others she saved from scrap. Although some of them were still in the works for restoration work. Every engine, even if they came from a running railway, had to get new parts and everything just to make sure that they were fully functional. One day, 3 weeks after Miss Yellow left, Tornado and Silver Bullet arrived in the yards to find Colin, one of the yard shunters, giving Thomas and Duck the last coaches and brake vans. "Well, what do you think you're doing?" said Silver Bullet. "Yeah," said Tornado, "we need those for the fast passenger trains." "I'm sorry," said Colin, "it's first come, first serve. I can take 2 off of my train, as, well, I'm only doing a branch line service. Passengers will have to squeeze." "And I can take Patrick off of my train," said Duck. "That will leave you with 2 cabooses and 1 coach." "That won't do at all. That's only enough for 1 train." "Your train's after mine anyway, Silver Bullet." "Yes, but I'm supposed to take the return train. It's supposed to be already ready by the time you get there." We're just gonna have to make do. Tornado, your train's first, like you just said, so you'll get the last 2 cabooses and the coach. And then when you come back, Silverlink can have them. I'll let you know if any other coaches show up. Silver Bullet's wheeshed theme and puffed away into another siding. And Tornado went to go turn around. "Thank you, Colin," said Thomas, and he puffed away. "Yep, thank you, good engine. We owe you one." And with that, Duck the Great Western Engine followed after Thomas. Soon Tornado's train was ready, and he left with it. Once he left, Colin backed down to the 2 other diesel shunters that were supposed to be helping. "Hey," grumbled Colin, "you guys should be helping us." "Well, me." "What is there to help with?" said Den, the Class 08 shunter. "There's nothing here. All the trains have left." "Yeah," said Grunk. "Don't get your funnel in a twist." Colin wheeshed steam angrily. "Oh, you could at least try." "Try what?" "Try to help. Do something productive for once. Ever since you guys arrived, I've been doing all the work." "Anyways," said Den, "I just realized something. What? That Colin's a stuck-up git? No. We don't have a temporary controller. Miss Ciela left us by ourselves, said Devin. I realized that as well. I talked to, who was it? That Scottish engine with the number 10. He told me that we should be getting a temporary controller within 2 days. He's coming from America, and apparently he's bringing some engines to help. Oh, well, that would be fun. Gronk was right. A couple of days later, a red ship arrived at the docks. Out popped out a man and jumped down onto the tracks. Derek and Percy were there, along with Porter. While Henry was gone, they would be taking over the flying kipper duties. The man looked up at Cranky. You there, tall green crane. I have a name, you know, said Cranky. Oh, I could care less about that. Start unloading Joshua here. Cranky rolled his eyes and started to unload the ship. The first engine he pulled out was an engine that looked very similar to Porter. So, said Cranky, what's your name? I'm Charlie, said the engine. Oh no, said Percy. Hopefully he's not another crackhead. Yes, I could agree with that. Cranky started to unload another engine. What's your name? What's it to you? Said the engine. The engine was yellow and red, and a very similar shape to Bash and Dash. Just wanted to know, said Cranky. The name's Crash, he said. Cranky started to unload another engine. This one looked very similar to Crash, but this time he was black and gray. What's your name? He said, as unloading the engine. I'm Smash. Cranky couldn't help but think that these were weird names. And then he started to unload another engine. Well, let me guess. Your name is Billy Ann, trying to take a similar approach to what Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand's were. Nope, said the engine. I'm Cash. Crash and Smash burst out laughing. What's so funny? Said Derek. Probably because Cranky thought it would be something similar to Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand, except he was way off. Oh, I see. For the rest of the day, Cranky found himself unloading tank engines, tender engines, dock engines, streamlined engines, British built but converted into American engines, diesel engines, and even 2 diesel box cabs. He even unloaded 3 coaches, a British-built truck, and 2 cabooses. By now, Cranky was feeling very exhausted. He started to pick up another engine. His chain tightened and his arm creaked as he pulled the engine out of the boat, turned him around, and dropped him on the tracks. Oi, no need to be rude, snorted the engine. I'm sorry. You're a lot heavier than you look. I've been turning my body around all day, trying to get you engines out of that boat before you sink the poor thing. Still, you turn around and drop me on the tracks? Haven't you ever heard of courtesy? Haven't you ever heard of shutting up and respecting your superiors? Said Cranky, and he turned around to get the engines tender. Anyways, what's your name, big fella? Read the nameplate. It's Cranky. What's your name? Oh, your name's Cranky? I thought I just said that because you're usually cranky. I'm 5225. Most of us American engines back home in the States don't have names, just our numbers. Honestly, our line is pretty special as most of us have names. I see, say Cranky, even though he didn't. After a while, Cranky was finished, and Josh left to go dock. Everywhere was full of engines and American rolling stock. Geez, said Porter. That man didn't leave with Josh. Well, Joshua. I wonder why. I don't know, said Percy, but I intend to find out. Excuse me, sir, can you come over here? Why, of course I can. And the man walked over to the small green saddle tank. What can I do for you? First of all, who are you? I'm Mr. Johnson, your temporary controller. And you are? The name's Percy, the Northwestern Railway number 6. Oh, I see. Do you have any other questions for me, Percy? Yes. Who are all these engines? Well, said Mr. Johnson, as your temporary controller, I decided to bring in some of my engines to help improve your railway. Oh, I see. Well, what's their names? Well, we have Crash, Smash, Cash, Number 6, Charlie, Louise, Ivan, 1525, Sean, Hayden, Alex, Number 15, 5225, Number 8, Number 9, Torpedo, Number 7, Bo, Mash, Ash, Frank, Vanessa, Woody, 688, 150, and Elliot. For some unknown reason, I decided to bring him. Boy, you decided to bring me from what was supposed to be the Longhorn Railroad in Canada, along with Dayton. But then you decided that you didn't like us and that you didn't want us, but you couldn't send us away for scrap or anything along that line, as the contract that you used to buy us ensured of it. So instead you turned him into a hen house, and you made me an industrial engine. Now you brought us back into full-time service, and you're still hating on us. Elliot, you shut up, you incompetent engine. Oh, and there's also Alex, the British-built truck. He comes from Britain along with Ivan. There's also Lucas, Luke, Caleb, Ben, and Dayton, who still looks like a pile of crap. Well, that's just because you didn't put in enough time or money to repair me and Elliot, retorted Dayton. Do you want to become a henhouse again? Dayton didn't respond. All he did was glare at the controller. Good. So be quiet. Now, for all my engines, head to the works and get normal buffers or coupling system so you guys can properly connect. Yes, sir. And the engines puffed away. Well, what do you make of that, Percy?
I think this is going to be trouble, said Porter.